Hired in June, can you catch us up to speed, walk us through just the process of establishing this program from coaches to recruitment to setting kind of a standard for your program too?
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind. I finally felt like over the holiday I was able to breathe. But yeah, it's been great. I remember the first person I saw when I landed was Holland at the airport, getting her bags. So, yeah, but yeah, ever since then it's been great. Kind of getting to know everybody, evaluate the roster, coaching, bring in coaching additions, and just kind of starting to lay the foundation for what we're trying to do here. And that's going to be focusing at the national championships in all three of sports, cross, indoor, and outdoor. I think we've had a great fall with recruiting and getting the team ready for this coming season, starting Friday. And I think we're in a really good spot.
And I know a lot of programs kind of come in with a slogan, a saying, or maybe a mentality. Do you guys have one yet?
I don't know if we've set one yet, but there's a few that I've used in meetings, but nothing really like that. I mean, I think those are all well and good, and they can definitely be motivating. But one of the things I've talked about in team meetings is, and I've said it to some individuals in meetings, is doing simple things extraordinarily well. I heard that from somebody early in my career, and I think a lot of times in sport, people overthink things, whether it's training or the mental aspect or the competition aspect. And you know, everybody at this level is really talented, and I think if you just focus on the little things that you're capable of, doing those little things extraordinarily well to the best of your ability, the results are going to be there. So keep it simple and focus on that.
This could be a question for all of you, but now reflecting on summer, fall workouts, just evaluating the team as a whole, what stands out to you guys about the group you have?
I think Coach Dubs has done a pretty good job of integrating us. You know, coming into this year, we have a lot of new teammates, and getting to know them can be a little bit hard, but I'm excited for everybody to just be cheering for everybody at every meet this year, and you know, getting to know everyone's marks and coming together and hopefully competing for, you know, being competitive in conference and at nationals.
As one of the new teammates, it's been great to be welcomed here, which has been awesome. But like Emma said, it's awesome to see everyone training. We get to see, from my old school, we didn't really get to see a lot of people training because we all had different times. So it's cool to see everyone working hard because we all got one goal, to be at nationals and win the Big 12 conference championship. So once you see people doing that, it makes you want to work harder. I don't want to let these people down. And it's just been great being down here and ready to rock and roll with these teammates.
On the alternative, I've been here since I was a freshman. This is my last year here. And I think having some new fresh faces on the team is very exciting because as opposed to kind of being the regular flow of things and knowing the people you're interacting with every day, it requires you to do new research on people, kind of figure out what's the tone, what's the culture. And I think that's been really exciting to have a new opportunity to see greatness and kind of change things up a little bit and develop deeper relationships with new people on the team and still having some former relationships as well. So I'm very excited to see how this all flows together and everyone interacting, new and former.
Yeah, I mean, I think those were all really good points. And I think the exciting thing as we head into the season is, you know, for the last 4 or 5 months, you know, you're every day competing against your teammates. And now to see a fresh face at a competition, I think that's just really exciting. Great time of the year to evaluate yourself as an individual, for the coaching staff to evaluate where we're at with our roster as we look forward to our goals the rest of the year. And yeah, so it's just an awesome time to bring all of that together. We had a great inter-squad competition. We did it in a unique way, which is pretty competitive. So now to compete against outside competition, it's always the best time of the year.
What was the unique way?
We just scored it differently. It wasn't a traditional track meet. We did different off events. It was more like just a really fancy glorified practice, and then we scored it. We broke the team into 3 teams, red, white, blue, and then we scored it with a point system versus just your times and your place. So.
And then I saw you 3 are all captains this year. What was that process like of getting nominated and named a captain, and what does that honor mean to you?
Go first.
So for me personally, Dubs and I had some conversations, but as our team was coming together, because I am a returning athlete and I've been here since I was a freshman, as I said. So kind of talking to him about some culture things, some standards, some goals for the team. We kind of bounced some ideas off of each other, and then a couple months later, he kind of introduced the idea of captains, and we kind of went back and forth talking about that culture again. And with that, I think he brought that with other people, conversed with them, and found a great group to represent our team, whether it be lead by example, maybe be a little more vocal leader. I think we have that variety across the board, and all together, I think we have a very good leadership group. So I'm excited to be a part of it.
Yeah, no, we had conversations with Dubs to be able to be like what a leader looks like to us and if we would want a role like that. And I think that's a good way of approaching it because like Colin said, there's different type of people. I might be very vocal, but I like to lead by example, and there might be more vocal people. And it doesn't mean like we're the captains, like we run everything. Like there are other leaders on the team, and that's what I like because like no one should change who they are just because someone got named a captain. I'm just here to help out in a certain way, maybe a little bit deeper, but your role is still the same thing as a captain no matter what position you're in.
Yeah. And then going off of that also, Dubs brought up to me that there's a lot of leaders on this team, more than just the ones that he picked, but it is exciting for us to just get to, just like they said, bounce ideas off of each other and just help influence the team any way we can.
Emma, for you, just the opportunity to compete at Worlds this fall, what were some of the biggest takeaways from that experience?
Meets like those are definitely a lot different than the NCAA, so it was a big learning experience for me, for sure, but it was super cool. It was just really cool to see that level of athletes and like what they do pre-meet and post-meet and all of that. So taking that into the NCAA, it kind of gives me a little bit more confidence knowing that I competed at that level and against those types of athletes, and I can come here and be more competitive in the NCAA.
You're coming off a great indoor season last year. What are some things you're focusing on headed into this indoor season?
So last year was our first conference championship for indoor season, so it was kind of unfamiliar territory coming from the Pac-12 into the Big 12, but it was a really cool experience to kind of have that competitiveness and bring the team aspect of getting team points and also individual. So this indoor season, I'm excited to see how our team can ramp it up even more. Now we have a little bit of experience under our belts, and see how we can all compete together to score individually, focus on what we need to do, but also come together, cheer each other on, and see how we can do as a team as a whole. So that's probably what I'm most excited for, and I think we have a big potential to score some points. So.
I'd love to hear a little bit about your decision to come to Arizona. I know obviously like an established relationship with Coach Gabriel, but what attracted you about this program here too?
Well, when I got down here on my visit, as soon as I stopped off the plane and saw university, I knew this was the place for me. You got the weather, better than Pullman up there, cold and rainy. So the weather's always good to help you run faster. And just Gabu's my guy. I've had him for 3 years, going on 4. And he's taken me from 10.4 and 21.4 and the one in the 200 and took me to a sub-10 performance and a 20.3. So, I mean, I only have 1 year of eligibility left, so why not stick with what's worked in the past? And he knows me as a person and a runner, so with the support from Dubs and the new staff here, we'll be able to put everything together and just have a great year.
I just want to see if anyone has any questions. James?
Coach, sorry I was late. I was going to ask about what's it like taking over, because Coach Harvey had been really an institution here. So what's it like filling in for someone like that?
Yeah, it's certainly, some big shoes to fill. I mean, he was here 38 years, I think, combined as an assistant himself and a head coach. And, there's 8 championship trophies in my office. He was a part of most of them at the national level. So, yeah, it's certainly it's inspiring. Every day I walk into the office and those trophies are sitting there, and that's what we're striving to get to at this point, those trophies at the national meet. And, but not just that, but build a culture, build it the right way, build it with the right people and staff, right people on with the student athletes. So it's taken what he's done, learning from it, and he's still around town, so we've had some conversations, and then forming it into our own here.
I was going to ask you, Coach, too. I know in your introductory press conference, one of the things and your main points was getting the distance program back to its glory. And obviously a great fall, especially with Evans. What did you see in that just whole program and their progress this fall?
Yeah, I was actually meeting and talking with Desiree earlier, and it was exciting to see the progress we made this fall. Every athlete on the team had a PR, at least one throughout the season. And then getting Evans as a true freshman all the way to the national championship. I mean, he ran the race of his life, just outstanding at the regional meet to get to the national meet. And then he came back and doubled it up 9 days later and ran a great race at the national meet, just missing All-American. I don't quite think he even knows what that means yet, but we're teaching him. And but yeah, I think that's a great foundation moving forward because everybody on that team, not everybody, but the majority of them are underclassmen. They're all coming back next year. We had a great fall with recruiting, a couple of the top runners in the world coming in next fall. So yeah, we're looking to take what we did this fall and really parlay it into next fall with those new additions and some of the top kids from the state of Arizona, which will always continue to be a focus for us, and then beyond. So yeah, great first fall, and really excited for not just this track season, but then next fall. All right. Thank you.
Sweet. Thank
Thank
you.
you.